How's it going, guys? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Jada Toys Universal Monsters Frankenstein's monster figure. Super excited to have this one in my collection. I just recently picked this up from the folks over at Atomic Monkey Comics. It's a local shop to me. They had a great deal going on over the Easter weekend, so picked this guy up and picked up one other one. Not going to say just yet, but I'll keep that a surprise for next time. This figure actually was released in 2021, depicting obviously Frankenstein's monster from the original Universal Monsters film from 1931. So let's go ahead and get a quick look around the box. We'll open it up and get a better look at the figure. So for starters, guys, got the classic window box. Really dig that Jada Toys does this. Has this already open, so you can see everything that it comes with. Frankenstein's logo at the bottom, Universal Monsters logo on the side. Got a photo shot of, I want to say this is actually more of like just a Photoshop render of the figure. Frankenstein Universal Monster logos on the back. Got the rest of the lineup. We have the Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which I've reviewed before on the channel, so if you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. Universal Monsters logo at the top. On the side we got some art shots of Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, and a Creature from the Black Lagoon. So, yep, and Universal Monsters logo at the bottom. So, let's go ahead and get them opened up and get a better look at the figure. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get right to it. For starters, I have to say, really actually dig this figure pretty well. I love the coloring on it. Yeah, the face isn't obviously Karloff's likeness, but I mean, it's not too bad either. Again, this is just a representation, just a generic representation of Frankenstein's monster. Still pretty solid. I like the detail there. If you can see the staples in the head and then the hair. Yeah, it's not too bad. The coloring is pretty cool. You see the bolts there on the neck rather. As for the head articulation, head does rotate all the way around. Does look down okay. Does look up pretty well, and does have a nice, just a decent head tilt side to side. I love the I love the face, the sculpt that they used for this defaulted head sculpt. Pretty cool. As for the arm does come up almost 90 degrees. I feel the jacket hinders that movement. Unfortunately, it also hinders the movement trying to get the arm to go all the way around. So I'm assuming it should. It's just the jacket here is really hindering that movement. Upper bicep rotation. We do have double joint in the elbow. There is rotation at the wrist, and the wrist does go back and forth pretty well. As for the other arm, same thing. Comes up not quite 90 degrees. Again, I feel the shoulder up here on the jacket, the mold, has some hindering of that movement. So don't want to force it, guys, to have a video fail. So, but I would imagine it should be able to rotate back and forth or all the way around. The upper bicep, there is a rotation there as well. Again, double joint in the elbow and rotation in the wrist. And again, the wrist does go back and forth pretty well. As for the torso, torso does have full rotation, so that's pretty cool. It does have pretty nice crunch. Not too much of a bend back. Not too bad. I will say I really dig the jacket. The mold on this is pretty nice, and I like that they used a soft plastic and that it's open, so you can actually kind of see the shirt under. You can see the pants as well. As for the legs, leg does come up really well. Doesn't go back too much, more than likely because of the way it's molded. Does have double joints in the knee. Does have upper thigh rotation. Leg can almost come up to do the splits. Again, more than likely because of the jacket, the way it's molded. Now, there isn't any rotation in the knee, and there is no rotation in the ankle, but it has a really nice ankle rocker back and forth. Foot also does go back pretty well, and does go front pretty well, so that's pretty solid. As for the other leg, same thing, does come up pretty well. Does go back so not too bad. Again, more than likely because of the jacket. Double joint in the knee, and then we got, again, could possibly try to do the splits, but the jacket's in the way. Upper thigh rotation, no knee rotation. We do have the ankle rocker in the foot, and then the foot does go back and forth fairly well. So let's go ahead and get him off to the side, guys, and get a better look at his accessories. As for his accessories, guys, for starters, he comes with 2 articulated hands, which are pretty cool. I like the color on these. Very simple, but you still see some of the veins there. And yeah, I really like the, I don't know, I really dig these. They're simple. I like the coloring on these. And I like the articulation or the gestured hands. Really nice, guys. Up next, guys, he comes with not 1, but 2 of these chains with the shackles on them, and they're functioning, which is pretty cool. They have the little tab there, so you can actually put these around his wrists. And yeah, it's a functioning chain. It's like an actual chain, which is really cool. Very simple design, but I really dig it. I like the fact that it's, you know, it works. It's a working accessory. I dig that you can actually use it on his hands and stuff. Like I said, he does come with 2 of these, so he comes with an extra pair. I'm not sure why, other than maybe to use for the Bride of Frankenstein, or maybe one of the other, you know, figures in the line. You can use this as that, or in case, I guess, the one breaks, you have an extra one. And finally, guys, he comes with a extra head sculpt. And I have to say, I think this one looks a little bit off. It looks like he's almost grinning, which kind of looks a little silly to me. Although the head sculpt itself is nice, I like the coloring on this. The hair strands is pretty nice. You see the staples there along the head, the hairline and stuff like that. You see the little blood on the scar there, which is pretty cool, or the cut rather. It's just Jada. This facial expression just looks weird to me. NECA did the same thing. If you haven't seen my Frankenstein's monster review, I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, NECA did the same thing where they just sort of had him had some weird off, silly looking face, in my opinion. So yeah, see, like if you look at him from that view, it's like he's smiling, which I think is kind of weird. But I mean, regardless, I still dig this figure. It's pretty nice, and the level of detail is really solid. Lastly, guys, I wanted to bring in, for size comparison, I wanted to bring in the NECA Universal Monsters Frankenstein's monster, just to kind of give a quick size comparison as well as a level of detail and stuff like that. Obviously, they're using the Karloff likeness here, whereas Jada is not. But for a budget-friendly figure, Jada's been doing a really good job with this line, at least in my opinion. I have several of these already. I've reviewed the Bela Lugosi's Dracula, which is not my favorite. The Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of my favorites. I would honestly, oddly enough, I would say the Invisible Man is absolutely my favorite of this line so far. That figure I had no complaints for that figure. But this Frankenstein is actually pretty good. Some of the movement is hindered by the mold, so not a deal breaker, especially if you're a huge fan of Universal Monsters and you want a budget friendly figure. I would definitely say this is a solid pickup for sure. That about wraps it up for this video, guys. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the figure here. Are you a fan of the Universal Monsters? Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? Have you picked up any of these Universal Monster figures from Jada Toys, and which is your favorite from those? I'd really be curious to see, so definitely let me know in the comments. Beyond that, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks again for coming back and for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.